Hi, it's Craig, WJ6F. Are you looking for a 10-watt radio that is also a tri-band radio? If you are, then Baofeng has just the one for you, the UV-28 Plus, and we're going to look at it right after this. The items that come in the box: charging cradle, belt clip, 15-inch antenna, wrist strap, tactical TED earpiece, owner's manual, 2200 mAh battery, and the radio itself. Let's take a look around this radio, starting with the left side. You have the SK1 and 2 buttons. The SK2 button down here is programmable. Push to talk. On the top, where the mount where your antenna goes. GPS, your indicator light, whether you're transmitting or receiving, power and volume knob. You have your menu button, VFO and memory. This switches you from band A to band B. This exits the menu. This can help you move around the menu. Many of these buttons have dual purposes. Like press and hold 0 will take you to the weather channels. Press and hold the AB button, that'll put you in the GPS. On the right side you have your usual Kenwood plug for programming cables and microphones. On the back, now I did show that there is a charging cradle, but you can also use USB to charge this. As you plug in a USB-C cable, it gives you an indicator light. Where your belt clip goes, and this little lever here is for removing the battery. At the time of filming this video, this radio is currently going for $37.49 on the Baofeng website. You can get a US, European 1-pack or a dual battery 1-pack. That changes your price to $46.99. And it's saying it has 10-watt power, APP, PC, keypad programmable. You can get airband, has a 1.77-inch color screen, frequency copy. You have 10 zones, 100 channels each, gives you 1,000 channels, DTMF, 2200 mAh battery. Given the size of the radio, I think that battery size should probably be a little bigger. Has GPS navigation. It is a tri-band radio. Here's what it talks about the one key copy receive, comparing it to some of the other radios. And at the time of this video, it has 4.5 stars. On Baofeng, yes, you'll get it quicker, but it is a couple bucks more. And again, it's showing that it's 10 watts, 1,000 channel, 2200 mAh battery again. Here's what they say is in the wrist, or in the box. You get the radio, 2200 mAh battery with desktop charger, a quote-unquote high-gain antenna. However, that's only a dual band, not a tri-band. You get the headset itself. Oh, that's their tactical TED headset. And you get a belt clip with wrist strap. And then all the photos are pretty much the same as you saw before. Take a look at the menu right quick. You have banks in here that you can put in. This is for scanning, setting up Bluetooth, because there is a programming app that you can use with your phone. Only gives you one choice, on, off. Radio settings is where you find all your usual stuff: squelch, step, Vox, voice if you want the thing to talk to you, if you want Roger beeps, if you want beeps to go off every time you push a key. Backlight, the only thing you can adjust on here is how long it stays on. You cannot adjust the brightness. Power on display. You can have picture or the voltage. You can do dual watch, auto lock, set alarms, DTMF, push talk ID, different alerts. This one right here, number 25, press SK2. That is where you will go ahead and program your bottom programmable button down here. Gives you a choice of the FM radio, scan, search, and Vox. That's pretty much it. You cannot change the SK1 button on the above the push to talk. And this is for resetting the entire radio or just the memories. The antenna they supply, you can see, goes from 136 to 174 and 400 to 520, which means this is a dual band antenna and it will not work very well on 1¼ meter. So you'll have to pick up a tri-band somewhere along the way. Doing the frequency copy on this radio is pretty simple. Let's get up to let's go find a repeater. So we'll use the Clara repeater. And the way you get into that feature on the UV-28, press and hold this arrow, the exit button. And then since we're on 145.220, we do need to switch this to VHF. So to switch it, just use the AB button. Now let's give it a whirl. And there you have it. You can see it put out the proper transmission frequency as well as the proper PL tone. Now we're going to program a repeater into this radio really quick. It's actually quite simple. Make sure you're in VFO. Use this green button here. You can see it says VFO here at the top. Or memory. Frequency we want is 145.220. Once you've got that input, go to here, into the menu, go down to Program Channel. Transmit power, you can change that if you want. I'm going to leave it at high. We do need to set a transmit CTCSS. And we will use 103.5, and you can press and hold this to get there quicker. Lock it in once you found the one you need. You don't need to worry about DCS. Go to offset. We want 0.600. Direction, we're going to do minus on this one. And then channel memory, we want number 15. And you can type in the number you want to get there even quicker. Lock it in. Exit out. Switch back to memory. And 15, there we are. Now let's give it a try and make sure that we got this working. Now something just came over the repeater. WJ6F testing. And it works like a charm. Now to put a name in here, go back into menu. Go to Program Channel. Item number 1. And you're going to enter this like you do the old cell phones. Now there is a way to change if you use the pound button down here or the hashtag, whatever they call it, they'll give you all caps, numbers, and lowercase. We're going to use all caps. Once you get what you want, click OK. And there you see we've got it all programmed in. Now we're going to check on the power. They say this radio is 10 watts. We're going to try it on 2 meters, 1¼ meter, and 440. We're going to start with 2 meters, 146.520. Number you want to pay attention to is right up here. This large number is the SWR, and we are going through a dummy load. On 2 meter, looks good. We're at 10.4. Now go to 440. About 8.5 watts. Not too shabby. 440 tends to run about a watt or so less. And now let's try 1.25 meter. And we're at 4.4. Would like to see that a little higher, at least above 5. But all in all, not too bad. Then we're going to check the spurious emissions on this, make sure that we're A-OK. We're going to start with national calling frequency. We are on low power. Give it a second to settle out. That's as good as we're going to get, and looks like we have a fail here because number 2 is supposed to be 40 dB lower than the first one and is not. And it's also not below the blue 25 microwatt line. So on 2 meters, this radio is a fail. Now let's check 1.25 meter. Now we're going to go to 1.25 meter. Again, we're on low power. I have reconfigured the Tiny SA for this frequency. And let's give it a whirl. On 1.25 meter, this radio is perfectly clean. I only really found one issue with this radio, and that's the fact that the spurious emissions issue on 2 meters. Other than that, it's a great radio. I like the size, it's got a good weight, seems to work really well. It did meet the requirement for 2 meter on getting 10 watts, and close enough for 440, and probably, I think that's about as much as you're going to get, about 5 watts on 1.25 meter. It's a good price, have no other issues, it's easy to program, easy to use. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you'd like to help support the channel, there is a Patreon link in the description area. And while you're here, why don't you check out one of these other videos. And again, thanks for watching.